Welcome to Organica. In this session we are going to explain a very important question and very expected important essay question, that is Correlash law. So here the Correlash law depends upon the equivalent conductivity of an electrolyte. Okay, so you know well about an electrolyte. So that means the NaOH, HCl, sodium acetate, CH3COO, Na, etc. So these are all electrolytes. So here if you take NaOH, it is ionized into Na++ OH minus. So here this is an example for the strong electrolyte. So the complete ionization takes place. The electrolyte in which complete ionization takes place, then it is called as strong electrolyte. If incompletely ionized or partially ionized, then it is called as weak electrolyte. So for example, if you take acetic acid, CH3COOH. So if you ionize it, it is ionized as CH3COO minus and H plus. So here the partial ionization takes place. So acetic acid is an example for the weak electrolyte. So here to calculate the conductivity of an weak electrolyte is difficult. So that's why we have to calculate the conductivity of a weak electrolyte by taking the strong electrolyte, and it is proposed by Correlash law. So Correlash law is applicable and it is very useful to calculate the equivalent conductivity of weak electrolytes. Okay, so till then I am repeating again. Here Correlash law is related to, it is used to explain the equivalent conductivity of weak electrolyte. What is a weak electrolyte? Weak electrolyte means it is partially ionized, is known as weak electrolyte. How does the conductivity of a weak electrolyte is calculated? It is calculated by taking the strong electrolytes, right? So what is an equivalent electrolyte? Equivalent conductance. So it is defined as the conductivity power of all the ions produced by 1 gram equivalent of an electrolyte. So 1 gram equivalent, if the ions produced from, so here if you take an 1 gram equivalent of an electrolyte, some sort of ions are produced. So the conductivity produced by these ions is known as equivalent conductivity, right? Okay, so here that is known as equivalent conductivity, and that equivalent conductivity is indicated by a symbol lambda. So here, so if you want to, what we explained before, acetic acid is an example for the weak electrolyte. So according to Correlash law, to calculate the equivalent conductivity of an weak electrolyte, so we have to select 3 electrolytes. Those are strong electrolytes. So one electrolyte must consist of acetate ion, and another one must consist of H plus ion, right? Okay, so here we all know about HCl. So it produces HCl, hydrogen in the acetic acid. And next CH3COO Na, we know well, that is sodium acetate. So this is the source for acetate ions. So here, so what are in excess? Sodium is in excess and Cl minus is in excess, and that is taken as the third one, that is NaCl. So by taking these 3 strong electrolytes, we are capable to calculate the equivalent conductivity of acetic acid. So here, and equivalent conductivity, why you are taking the ions here, the equivalent conductivity, and that is the equivalent conductivity of an electrolyte at infinite dilution is the sum of equivalent conductivity of an anion and cation. So this is our Correlash law. So lambda A is equivalent conductivity of anion, lambda C is equivalent conductivity of a cation. So what is lambda infinity? Means equivalent conductivity at infinite dilution. So this is the representation of Correlash law. Here what are the applications? There are so many applications. One is to calculate the lambda infinity for weak electrolyte, degrees of dissociation, ionic product of water, so solubility of sparingly soluble salts. There are so many applications for the Corlash law. So here in the examination time, we have the very limited time to answer in a essay question, because the validity or the marks allotted for it is 10 marks. So here explain any two applications, right? So first one is lambda infinity of a weak electrolyte. So here calculation of lambda infinity for weak electrolytes. So weak electrolytes have very low ionization in solution even at higher dilution. So it can be calculated by the Corlash law indirectly. We are not directly calculating the conductivity. We are indirectly calculating the conductivity of a weak electrolyte. So the strong electrolyte in which anion and cation of the weak electrolyte are present or selected. So ionic conductances are determined experimentally and thereby ionic conductance of weak electrolyte is calculated. So for example, HCl, NaCl and sodium acetate are used for the calculation of equivalent conductance of acetic acid. So here first of all HCl. It is ionized as lambda infinity H++, lambda infinity Cl minus and some sort of, this is NH. And next is NaCl, Na++ Cl minus plus 126.4. It is sodium acetate, sodium ions, acetate ion plus Na plus 91. So assume HCl as 1, NaCl as second equation and sodium acetate as a third equation. So here add 1 and 3 equations. 1 and 3 equations means HCl and sodium acetate. So here lambda H++, lambda Cl minus plus lambda CH3COO minus plus lambda infinity of Na plus. So we are adding the 1,3 equation. Subtract the second equation. What is that one? Lambda infinity of Na plus minus lambda infinity of Cl minus. So here plus lambda infinity of NaCl minus Cn cancel. And next plus Na plus minus Na plus cancel. What are remained? CH3COO minus and H plus. So in terms of values, 426.2 is the 2 is for HCl, and add sodium acetate value 91 minus 126.4, right? So like this way we can, what is the value? 390.8 mos. So like this way, by taking the equivalent conductivity values of strong electrolyte, we are able to calculate the equivalent conductivity of a weak electrolyte, right? So this is one of the very most important application of Corlash law. And the second one is calculation of degree of dissociation of a weak electrolyte. So the degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte can be calculated by the following relation. So alpha indicates the degree of dissociation. The formula for calculating is lambda V by lambda infinity. So here lambda V means equivalent conductivity at a particular dilution. Lambda infinity means equivalent conductivity of at a infinite dilution. So here lambda V can be calculated experimentally. Lambda infinity can be lambda V can be calculated experimentally. Lambda infinity can be calculated by before method, just by taking the 3 strong electrolytes and like this way. So when we know the values of lambda V and lambda infinity, then substitute the values in the above equation. Alpha is equal to lambda V by lambda infinity. Then we get the degree of dissociation of a weak electrolyte. Okay. So these are the two applications of Corlash law. So till then, if you write all those matter perfectly, then you can score 10 marks easily. But if you are unable to write everything, that is the lengthy matter, then at least write these points completely. So this is definition and this is the representation of Corlash law. So applications, any two, write etc. for it. Okay. Applications. Next, explain calculation of lambda infinity for weak electrolytes. So here the strong electrolyte in which anion and cation of the weak electrolyte are present or selected. Okay, and next and explain the example. Okay, if you are able to write everything. If you are unable, at least mention the points, these equations, right? This is very short, no? Then there is no problem at all. So this is very most important one. Encourage our channel, subscribe our channel, press bell icon, then you can all videos